We've had a bit of a sketchy spring. It's just stopped raining, but we have had a lot of very cloudy, cold, wet, damp weather conditions here for, you know, the last month or so. This is my first video of the year because I've had a cough, chest malady thing that I've had for about 5 months, and every time I talk I was coughing, so I actually feel like coughing now. So I've had to wait this long for that to die down before I could actually make a video. But I can show you what I've been getting on with in the meantime. This isn't nearly half of what I've got, but this is just the stuff that I can grow down here, the stuff, and it illustrates very well what I just said about the weather and how sketchy things have been. So in this greenhouse I have a greenhouse, and inside the greenhouse I had propagators with lids on, and I had to do that because, again, the frost was horrendous, the cold was horrendous, and if you look at the state of the plants in here, you'll see what I mean. So this is fennel that was sown on or around the 26th of February, and that's how far it's got so far. So I've thinned it out already. I sowed multiple seeds in this. It's not even close to getting its first true leaf yet, and all of this curling up of the leaves has been happening because of the cold weather, the frost, and probably a little bit because it gets quite humid in here, so they don't like that very much. The kale was planted roughly at the same time, and again the germination was perfect, but the onward growth of it has been absolutely terrible. Parsley takes a long time anyway, and that's the first of the parsley sort of germinating. And there is another batch of parsley somewhere here that I started off, but it's the curly leaf stuff, and the wife doesn't like that. She likes the flat leaf stuff, so I had to plant some flat leaf stuff as well. So that's that. This tray at the back, we've got the turnips, which usually are very, very reliable, and these are brand new seed, and this seed came from Tamar Organics, who I've heard are very, very reliable, but very, very patchy germination on these so far. And again, those were, when did those, well, probably around about the end of February as well, so around about the 26th as well. Kohlrabi that I got from them is fine, it's perfect, it's coming off brilliantly. I have had to, the germination again is a little bit patchy. I did sow multiple seeds in it just to try and cover that, and I have had to prick out a few to fill in some of the empty blanks. The beetroot Detroit that I got from them has mostly germinated. That's good. There's only a couple of these that haven't. So far, kind of happy with Tamar Organics. I'd like to try their radicchio in the coming month, but at the moment it says that they're sold out, which is handy. Ailsa Craig onions. Now I grew these last year. In fact, the first time I grew these was 2022, and I grew them individually, which is what I'm doing this year. And they came out, you know, not quite the size of a football, but, you know, very, very large onions, as they're supposed to be. Last year I grew them, I just bunched them. That's in the same batch of seed from 2022. I grew them in bunches, so in clumps of 4, and got a really nice crop of onions, but they're a lot better as big onions than they are as small onions. You know, there are better varieties to use as small onions than these. They say that they don't keep, but they did keep. We only used the last one, you know, about a month ago. So they did keep through the winter. They don't keep when they get to football size, is what I mean. But when you grow them normally in clumps and they come out the size of a normal onion, pancho, then fair enough, that's the rain on again. Celery and celeriac, I've been late in doing these, so they're just sprinkled on the top because they germinate with light. I don't know if you can hear me over that rain. And here we've got one of the cabbages. So we've got quite a few cabbage varieties. I've got a couple of there to try out that I got from Tamar. That whole tray there is from Tamar. And we'll see how they come out. But we've got these, which are, I can't remember what EOA stands for. But again, these should be a lot further on. To give you an example, these are cabis, and they're a lot bigger. These had to get potted on the other day. I've got both the dogs in here. That's how bad the weather is outside. We've got broccoli over here. This is what happens when you grow things indoors and you leave it too long. Got very, very leggy. And that's fixable. I'm going to pot these on just shortly so that they could try and bring them on a little faster so I can get them out. Calabos. These are another spring cabbage. These ones are the small ones. The bigger ones I planted in the greenhouse straight into the ground and to see how they get on. Should get on fine in there. Beetroot. These are ones saved seed from last year. Got a slug in there. I will remove that. It's actually eating all the beetroot in there. Little bugger. More stuff here. This is the other cabis. It's a lot smaller. These are all the big ones that really need to get potted on, but these ones will probably be spares for those when they're inevitably eaten by things. These are my cauliflower, these need potted on. Again, these got a little bit leggy, but again, we'll fix that when we get potted on. I've got some tennis ball lettuce that I got from Rare Seeds in America. With some seeds, I got it free. It was a pack of free seeds, so thanks to them. And I've just put them in this little tray. We'll see how they come out. I've got an abundance of onions this year. These are Sturon. Now these are seeds that I bought last year. And Red Baron, which I bought this year. Red Baron onions, the red onions are probably the most reliable variety of red onion that I've tried. They're the only ones I've ever got a decent crop out of. And that's the rain off. And these are the other parsleys. You can see one of them's germinated as well. But the Sturon onions, I'm growing them in clumps. I have tough ball that have been overwintering in one of the beds that are a lot further on than this. So they should harvest first. But these will be a good second harvest. And we really did need more onions to get us through because, like I say, I'm looking at having onions that will get us right through until we're planting this year's onions. Last year's ones didn't quite cut it. This year I'm growing shallots again. I grew them the first year that I took over this bit of land. And they came back, they bunched, they came back every year, but they didn't come back very good. It was like very diminished returns. So I'm just gonna grow them every year from now on. Also in this tray are 3 other varieties of seeds that I got from Tamar. Now these are things that are quite unusual. I like to try something unusual now and again. We've got Buckthorn Plantain, we've got Oriental Sesantina, and we have Red Orach. And I've grew some similar to Red Orach. I grew a tree spinach, which was like the magenta type of tree spinach that with the purple sort of tinted leaves, and it was lovely. People commented on it every time they passed by the allotment and seen it in full swing. And the leaves were really good. And just dropping on salads and things, the shoots, you just pick the shoots out at the end and drop them into salads. And I believe that's what you do with these. These are all 3 of these are salad plants. I think Sesantina is very similar to Rocket. Plantain, probably more similar to chicory type things, but we'll see. I've never had them before. If anybody has had them before and you're watching this video and you want to comment, let me know what I'm in for, and if you've got any ideas of what to do with them when they do grow, that would also be handy. In fact, send me ideas for everything. So that's that. Apart from lettuce, which is about to go in, peas, which aren't far away from going in. These are all multi-sown. Can't remember which variety they are offhand. And these are all sunflowers, so I'm growing, I've got some marigolds and a few other varieties of flowering plants up the road that I'm going to try and decorate things and make things look a little bit better down here with. And same with sunflowers. I bought a multi-pack of sort of different varieties of sunflowers. We've planted them in here. And we've got just about 100% germination on those, which is good. Which is good because it shows that they're a decent variety. They're strong varieties, but also bad. Because then I don't know where I'm going to fit all of these in. How many are there? 6 times 7. Right, 42. 42 sunflowers. Mind you, I've got enough land. I could probably fit 42 in. So we'll see how that goes. Watch this space. So that's that, and we have some blue sky coming out. So that's like me just jumping back into the saddle and making videos again. So that's the reason this one's so piss poor. But there will be more. I've got chilies up the road. In fact, I've got a chili disaster story to tell. So watch out for that one as well. Thanks for watching.